And we're back here at the Chicago Land. This is Carnifex from Ice9 Gaming. Today with me I have Haunter, also from Ice9, and we have Warpain, who's ringing for Ice9 here. We're surrounded by a group of guys that most of you probably know. There's been a lot of exciting action, teams winning, teams losing. Some of the newest news, probably that would be shocking so far, would be that Animus is actually has been kicked out of the tournament. You'll check the Godfrag scores. They are actually being put up live as we play. Today with me I have Haunter. We're here to cast for you JCP versus Mug and Mouse or half and half. The players that we have for JCP today, this is their first team, so we're going to have D-Traf, Banana Gun, Stan, Ruin, and for half and half we're going to have Brain Damage, Crohn's, G, and Medalist. Haunter, what do you think about this match?
I think it's going to be pretty intense. These two teams are playing the upper finals for the double elimination tournament. Right now, as you see, half and half is a mixture of Conviction and Mug and Mouse, two very high invite caliber teams. It's going to be a close match. JCP likes to play aggressive, and Mug and Mouse, Crohn's, he knows what he's doing. He's been around a long time. He's very aggressive with his pushes and shots. So he'll be ready for whatever Stan and company have in mind. What do you think about this, Warpain?
It's actually going to be very interesting to see these two teams play because JCP, like you said, likes to play aggressive, and I'm actually kind of interested to see what half and half is going to do because Mug and Mouse is a lot like JCP. They like to play a lot aggressive too, with course, breaking with that 2-3 like he always does. But I like to see what they're going to do with these two Conviction players. So let's get this started.
Well, as we wait for the two teams to finish out their practice setup round, we'd like to talk about some of the bigger matches that we've seen. We already have a couple of teams going home. We're really happy to see that 16 teams showed up to the land.
16 solid teams with enough people to have full rosters, so it was very nice.
So, as we know it, we have the biggest land for AA going on right now, and I tell you, it's been pretty exciting. Lots of people really getting amped up for this. Lots of people drinking too many energy drinks, getting a little bit too wrapped up in it, and we are going to be going live. Okay, so they are calling another dead round on this match. Apparently, Stan has stepped out momentarily. So some of the teams that are advancing that we know of so far, we've got.
We have JCP Team 1, Mug and Mouse, and then we have with Conviction. Then we have Ice9 Team 1 and Team 2, both in the losers bracket. We have another invite caliber team and Unreasonable Ownage. They've been silent, but they've been advancing slowly along after losing the second round match. We also have Fight Club, another renowned team in the competition. And then we also have a mixture of ETU with Ataxia.
Looks like they're going live.
And what's the other team we had here? We got another mixture of ringers that have made it into the final 8. So let's see how this goes. Alright, this round is actually discarded, so there's...
Actually, no, it isn't. Even though the thing reads that it's a dead round, they are actually playing live. I guess that's from the last round. So far we have a lot of smoke, looks like going up. We're watching Brain Damage from, I guess, half and half. He's got the saw. He's taking fire and giving fire to top window from the south. The South Hill area, the South Road area, whatever you may call it.
What you are going to see with that spam, though, is he wants to get JCP out of the windows from picking off his guys advancing through the tents and up front of the building. You're going to see that a lot in this match. Uh-oh. Looks
like Crone has already been taken out by Ruin, which is really not going to be that surprising considering JCP is on defense. So Half and Half definitely has their work cut out for him. Looks like Medalist is moving around on the north side of the building. He's got the 203, and he does take out Stan, which is a pretty big loss for JCP, Stan being one of their better players. And then he's doing really what you wouldn't expect. He's moving back around instead of going behind the building. He's actually moving back around in front of the building. Let's move over here to D-Trap. Well, D-Trap's pretty solid in the basement computer. Ruin is looks like he's going to be down in the by the lower south stairwell. He's waiting for somebody. Oh, and he takes out Brain Damage, who had moved in through the back door, I guess, the back south door, and he's
coming under fire. Actually, they're pushing tossing some flashes down there, and G is taken out by Banana Gun on the far side of the map. So it's now a 3 versus 1 situation. Favor of Just Cause Project.
Well, this is like I said, this is pretty standard what you would expect from JCP, playing it somewhat conservative, but also getting out there to take the kills in it.
And D-Trap takes out Medalist for the last one.
All right, so JCP officially takes the first round here, and we're going to be moving into the second round of live play. We're interested to see exactly what Half and Half is going to. We'll jump right into Half and Half. Looks like they're sending Brain Damage on the north side with the saw this time. 203 is coming out from Stan, who is lower dark window. The building's taking some span fire from G, who is on Central Hill still. Banana Gun looks like he's pretty set up with the RPK, a very well-known saw player for JCP and all of the AA community. He's going to be in the north's radio room. Moving around, looks like Crohn's is wasting no time. He's going to be in right tents, working his way. Actually, he's in left tents. He's working his way up on the. Looks like he's going to go north door. He's got lots of cover coming from the Saw and the 203, who are both Hill 1 and Hill 2 on north.
They're smoking up the top, trying to confuse JCP on where they're going to push. It looks like they're going to push around to the south. We got Traff pushing tunnels, going to see if they can pick them off when they come around south. Oh, and Crohn's takes out Ruin, so that means they have the advantage on Assault. Crohn's is then taken out by Banana Gun's grenade in front by Ziltruck, so it's now a 3 versus 3 situation. Looks like Stan's watching for West Entry and Garage pushes, since he knows that D-Trap is going for the push.
Also, note the smokes that Mug and Mouse is doing. They're doing a really good job of smoking up those windows and getting close to the building, pushing JCP back into the building so they can't peek. They're doing a great job. There's Banana Guns on the roof. G shot by Stan. I'm not sure where Stan was. Oh, and Brain Damage was shot by Banana Gun.
Alright, it appears the last one is Garage, so it's a 3v1 situation here. Again with Tell us the last one is pushing up stairs up north, because there's 2 objectives here. There's the top stairs and then there's one in the basement. You gotta hack the computer.
Looks like D-Trap is going to be the first on the scene. He's coming around the corner. He's going to be real close to some fire here from Medalist, and he takes out Medalist really with a lot of ease, giving JCP a 2-0 lead in the north radio room.
They had some good communication there, I'm sure. That Banana was telling him that he was pushing up in the north stairs, so they all came back out.
The thing about JCP that is really kind of unique at LANs, they're actually sitting directly across. I don't know if you can see it on the webcam or not. They're sitting directly across from Half and Half, and they are yelling exactly what they see. So they're actually giving Half and Half a bit of an advantage by, giving out what they hear, what they see, where they're going to be. They're not real quiet about it. So it's rather interesting. And right there, D-Trap is taken out by Crohn's. D-Trap peeked in the lower room and immediately was taken out. But then he's replaced by Ruin almost instantly, who sneaks into the same spot, lower room. And it looks like Banana Gun or Stan actually picked up the 203, and he's moving down. Now Crohn's was taken out by Ruin, who took D-Trap's spot in the lower south corner office. And now Stan's looking to do some damage with that 203 in the top office.
What they're doing now is G's trying to push in the front to distract him, and G's grenade through the top takes out Banana Gun, so that leaves north open. They're going to try to push up while JCP tries to do their switch. Oh, he gets stuck in the door. Let's see, he's pushing in. He's going to see if they want to overlap. And this guy up in north, so he's out by himself. Ruin sees him. He hears him coming in, so he's just waiting for him to make his move to the top of north. Oh, he's making his move. He has a flash. Can he take it? Oh, Ruin takes out G.
Ruin goes ahead and takes out G in the radio room to make it a 3. No, we have one left for half and half, and he's out front by the Zilt truck, and he gets taken down by Stan, who's still in the window with the 203. JCP takes the round, 3-0 JCP.
Ruin did a good job that time rotating after Banana Gun died from, was it G's grenade? It was G's grenade. Did a good job rotating from garage. Usually that's a hard thing to do, but Ruin did a good job doing that. Going on round 4 right now.
Let's take a look at half and half, see if they're going to switch it up. And all they've got 3 guys going mid-hill, going ahead and shooting in some spam fire into those windows, trying to keep him back. Stan is yelling that it hit him, but it didn't come in the window, which we clearly saw it didn't go in the window, so he must be somewhat correct. He was able to actually hit Metalist, who had the 203, and you saw him being hilled there. It looks like Metalist just took a little bit more fire from another 203. And actually, Stan took out G, who was on the left side of mid-hill.
Stan and 203 is out, actually, so that is a big push for so yeah, so I kind of gets his word mixed up every once in a while. D-Trap is pushing up to see if he can pick some guys off up in the tents. It looks like Ruin is coming in to come across to help him out because they have singled out a guy. Here we go.
G just got taken out by Ruin. Like I said, JCP likes to shove on the windows and kind of catch them off guard. So we've got brain damage. He comes outside. Like I said, Ruin was just taken out by brain damage. They like to push out the building. I don't know why he did that. And brain damage was shot by D-Trap, rotating over to top PC. And here comes Metalist. Metalist is in the back, watching the roof. D-Trap is blown up by Metalist.
Looks like half and half just took a round on assault, which is a
action-packed round right there. Both teams playing really aggressive, and you can see how they just clash.
That'll help with their psyche right there. They got that nice round on assault. They need to get a few more though if they wish to hold off JCP and not advance into the losers bracket. Let's see what they got. Looks like they're doing that push. They're trying to pick them off in the windows again. Trying to get that easy pick off the top because JCP loves to push. Let's see what we got here. Stan's doing his 2 or 3 thing. And then Banana's spamming through the door trying to make somebody bleed in the tents. Oh, and Ruin takes out Crones on top. Oh, and then Stan blows up brain damage on the south side of the Missile Hill. Take it away, Carney.
We got D-Trap, who's being rather aggressive in the lower south corner, and he is taking fire from, I believe, if I can get over to him, yes, he is taking fire from G, I believe. I can't get back over to him. Oh, because he was killed by Stan. This is a good reason why I couldn't get G's. So we have a 4v1 right here. Metalist is actually on the North Hills. He's got the 203, which can be rather dangerous, but JCP is going to come on out and play around with him and try to peg him. So right up front, we've got Stan first. He's going to come over, and he's going to lay some fire down on Metalist. Oh my gosh, he couldn't finish.
D-Trap came in and finished what he started. I'm here. We hear some laughter going on. They're just messing around with them with that last kill because they had a player advantage. Let's see what they can do with the last round, I think, on assault. Oh no, they got 2 more rounds.
So JCP hands a very quick win on defense to half and half. They seem to be running the same strat. Not much change. This time brain damage is going to move up a little quicker onto left tent. He doesn't have the AR, so he's going to move up quick. Probably going to be putting some smokes out pretty soon. We got lots of fire from Central here. Hill. Half and half really likes to focus a lot of their fire from Central here. Hill, while some guys move up through the tents. On defense, we have a bit of a scramble. If you notice, JCP never stops moving. They never take one position and just call that their own. They constantly move back around and around. Ruin's going to go ahead and throw a spam nade out the roof. Brain damage has moved up to Ziltruck. I don't know if they know it yet, but because there's a lot of smoke there, but he has moved up. So we do have a pretty good, and they do know he's there. They're throwing grenades at him. He's putting fire, and Ruin was blown up by Metalist. I believe Ruin was going to be lower dark corner again. So, oh, and then Stan is taken out on the roof. I don't know what he was thinking. Crones is still covering from from the central hill, and brain damage is still somehow alive. Zilptruck.
All right, half and half is in the position where they want to be. They're up by 2 men. They have plenty of time, over 2 minutes, and they're just going to see if they can push both sides or concentrate on one, so they can just overwhelm the players, because they have to split up to divide the objectives. One is down the basement, and the other one is across the map. Looks like we have Crohn's going up here. He's going to get picked off by the window. No, he's not. He sees him. He sees him. He's hiding. Oh, and he gets it standing up. Oh, wow. What do you call that, Carney?
I would hate to call that a prone shot, but that's exactly what it was from my point of view. Brain damage was taken out by Banana Gun as half and half quickly moves in and sets up to take the South PC.
Yeah, they're at the basement PC. Banana Gun's going to have to push if he wants to stop them, because otherwise they will take the round.
It does look like half and half is going to take the round, as they are completely set up with a guy actually out back watching the stairs, a guy in the basement, and a guy taking the computer. So half and half had a good round that round. I think we saw some mistakes from Stan running out on the roof out of nowhere, and we saw Ruin peeking just a little bit too much there on defense in that south corner office.
Just some careless mistakes. Here we go. Oh, Ruin's going to mix it up. He's going to go around to that side south. See if he can pull a Collins and pick people off the Minnesota, because JCP knows that they are all out there on the Minnesota trying to pick off the windows guys. They're all concentrating on the windows. It looks like they did not see him yet. He's creeping around the side. He has many options to choose from. We got the AR, the 203, and another, it looks like an M4 up on the side of Minnesota Hill. What do you think about this push, Connie? Actually, here we go.
G just got shot by Ruin. Ruin takes someone out. He's crawling over by south side of the building, and looks like he's not even going to go back to the building. He's just going to sit there. I'm not sure what gun G had, but he's getting some fire. Brain damage is middle of the tents. He's run up to the building. He's got the window smoked. He pulls out a nade. Looks like he's going to try to nade Stan, top office. Stan is sitting in top floor office, trying to pick the guy North Hills. Not really doing too much. Got the Banana Gun on top of the roof, top PC, trying to watch North Hills. Like I said, look, JCP's playing really aggressive. As soon as they find someone, they're going to rotate and just try to pick them off.
Alright, here we go. Crohn's is actually taken out by from over in front of Ziltruck. Oh, wow. Oh, here we go. The round ends really fast. Banana Gun takes out Medalis, and then Ruin eliminates brain damage to take the half with a big lead, 5-2. They switch to Assault, which some consider to be an easier side, but depends on who you're playing. So let's see how this goes. What do you think about this, Carney?
I think we saw some really interesting play. I mean, you know, Insurgent Camp has just completely changed over the years. It used to be a very defense-sided map, but in my opinion, now it's almost even, if not assault-sided. I mean, you've got 4 guys. They're split between 2 objectives. I mean, if you have a team with the calibers that we're watching right now that can easily make a push on one side, what you have is the ability to have deaths at one of the objectives, and then the assaulting team can actually set up and wait for the switch. Because there's going to have to be a fallback where defense has to come halfway across the building to either guard north or south objective. So, I mean, I guess if you're dealing with these kind of caliber teams, assault is actually sometimes easier. What do you think, Warpaint, coming from Rising Storm?
I couldn't agree with you more. These on assault teams are getting way more creative. They're getting set smokes and the set nades, and along with teamwork. I mean, you can just there's so many entrances to the building, and so you can just completely take advantage of that, leaving defense kind of crippled. So that also just opens up a little bit for defense. You got to be these high caliber teams. You got to have rotate spots. You got to have set nades to counter the assaulting. But we're gonna go ahead and go live right now. I think so. And JCP is gonna be on assault. Let's see how they do.
This team has been pretty crazy at the LAN. I mean, they have just they've been loud, and they've been very flagrant with their strats. Last time I believe they played Mug and Mouse, they went ahead and played it out, and they were just really rubbing it in that they're just so well prepared for whatever any team in AA right now can throw at them. So what we have is we've got Ruin setting up with the AR, which is pretty much the most deadly thing that you can have in this game right now. We've got, let's see if I can get back over to JCP. We've got Stan jump shooting 203s, moving in real close to his partner Banana Gun, who is also set up, probably watching top window, waiting to get a pick if they just peek at all. Where's D-Trap at? We've got D-Trap. He's already moving up, stirring up some smokes on top roof. This is primarily, I would say, JCP's map of choice. I mean, they've got tons and tons of experience on it. They all pub hours and hours of it. And I don't know if you can see the webcam or not, but as you can see, I mean, this is a pretty big match. Got a lot of people crowded around, and pretty much the whole land is at a standstill right now, as this basically could be the finals that we're watching right now, because these two teams are so strong.
Alright, yes, I agree, Carney. These two teams have proven themselves to be the top ones, making this way to the last of the upper finals bracket. Right now we see Ruin pushing around to the side though, and they were having some shots exchanged in the beginning of the round because one of the half-net players decided to push south like Ruin did in that last round on defense. So we'll see how this goes. They're smoking up, just making it hard for them to hear. Looks like they might try to push north. I don't know.
You can see the biggest difference in between the defense strats between the two teams is we're already almost 2 minutes into this round, and there's not a single person dead yet. That would just go to tell you that half and half is playing it extremely passive. They're waiting for these guys to come in on him. Stan is already red, so he has taken some fire. It looks like Banana Gun's finally got his way up in, and he's going to go ahead and put down some fire on that north door. See if he can't spam. He knows that AR spot because that's the spot he plays, and oh, here goes Ruin. Ruin was taken out by brain damage. I believe Ruin was somewhere. Oh, we got a lot of action. D-Trap is taken out by G before, and then Banana Gun moves in swiftly to take out G, who was in the middle garage area. So now we got Banana Gun. He's dug in pretty well. He's in the front west office, and it looks like Crohn's is waiting on him. Crohn's knows he's there, and well, now Crohn's decided not to wait on him. Medalist has got the infamous I'm gonna wait with a flash and come after you if I think you're there in the bottom PC. And brain damage is still camping that corner, and I guess he might not know that Banana Gun is already inside and is waiting for somebody to move. So as we see JCP move in, I'll turn it over to Hunter.
Oh yes, he's trying to see if they make a push towards Stannis because they can hear him moving around it. And then Crone takes out Stannis. He moves in. So that leaves Banana Gun in a 1v3 situation. Do you think he can clutch this Warpaint?
Banana Gun's a really solid player, but it's going to be really hard for him to do much. He's got the M4 right now. I mean, he only has 30 bullets. He's got 3 awesome players. They know what they're doing. He's going to move down to the basement right now. Yeah, he was blind, and Crohn's comes in and cleans up.
Yeah, there you go. They came in. They have a solid defense strat. They're not showing themselves in the beginning because I know JCP loves to light up those windows, and they have good shots. So they're taking it to the CQB battles where they think they have the advantage, and it appears that they came through with that one. Alright, here we go into the round. Looks like JCP is going to start off with a mid-assault thing, or they can just batter the windows and see if they can get an easy pick off in the windows. What do you think about this game?
Well, it looks like they've got Ruin in a little bit different spot. Ruin's going to take the right side of mid-hill, and then it sounds like he's going to throw some fire up just to make him think he's there, and it looks like he's going to be going South Road. He's moving South Road. He possibly could be getting ready to put some fire on. I would assume, and maybe this is just because that's what most people. Oh, and all of a sudden we have Stan taking out 2 guys who, Medalist and Crohn's, who should not have been that close together. But I guess in defense, there's no reason to be that close to another player. You really should be more spread out. But then D-Trap is not taken out by brain damage. Is Grenade, who looks like D-Trap would have been moving around north. So brain damage takes him out. He's in the garage, in between garage and the north stair radio room. Let's see, where's Stan? Stan's still got the 203. He still thinks somebody's going to peek that top PC, and he may be right. Brain damage has from time to time moved up there, but he's really more focused on west right now.
Alright, here we go. They have actually broken up to guard both objectives. One guy's guarding each one, so that way if one guy falls down, the other guy knows where he has to go to help stop them from getting it. We got G doing the patent pending flash, wait, hold, hear somebody so he can flash somebody. Oh, and brain damage taken out by a Banana Gun, so that means G is going to have to push up from the basement, see if he can stop them from taking the top PC. And it looks like he is doing that. Let's see what he does. He's going around the back, see if he can toss one to the top. What do you think about this one? Oh, Just kidding.
Ruin goes ahead and takes him out. He was coming back outside south to pull a set nade for top floor office, but he couldn't quite get it off. So that leaves JCP in favor 6-3. Moving on to the ninth round.
Not even losing a single player in that round. It shows a very strong assault.
Yeah, you always like having a full assault team left at the end of the round. Looks like they might have a little push. Ruin might be running up. Oh, yeah, he is. He's pushing around the side so he has a better angle to get those windows.
And this might be exactly what Half and Half wanted. I mean, they want JCP to think that they're going to be passive every round, and sure enough, JCP does think that they're going to be passive. They're already at the building within 30 seconds. Now, some of JCP sitting back and they're snipe shooting from the hills, but at the same time, they kind of give. Oh, and we've got a player out back. I did not notice that at first. So what we have is Medalist is actually trying to do what Ruin did and sneak out back and get, just a little sneaky shot on somebody who doesn't know he's there, but it looks like he might be in a bad position because he's got D-Trap slow walking. D-Trap's not exactly looking at him, but he is slow walking over that way. Oh, and we've got one who's going to, Crohn's comes out of nowhere in the broken corner office upstairs south and throws down a 203 on top of D-Trap.
Yeah, pretty much taking him out there. I was surprised because he did not know that there was two guys pushed up already by the building, so that was a risky move. But I guess it paid out for him because Crone came out and got that kill. Alright, here we got G looking over. He knows they like to come in west entrance, but looks like they're stalling their push here. JCP is. They're waiting to see if anyone wants to come to the windows now that everything's smoked up. They have some sound cover too, so we'll see what happens here. Warpaint, what do you have on this?
We got looks like Ruin playing South Hills. We also have Banana Gun, North Hills. Looks like he's going to be just watching Crone's top floor office because Crone's is deadly, as you just saw. Take out D-Trap. They're trying to pretty much take out Crone's to shut him down with that 203. He's just going to be up in top floor office. He fires another spam shot at Banana, and looks like they're just waiting. They're not moving at all. Stan is sitting by the tents, Banana Guns in the tents as well, just watching Crone's, waiting for him to peek. Take it, Connie.
Well, we're going to see a little bit of action at last from JCP as Banana Gun runs up and throws a grenade in top floor. He misses Crone's, who has moved back out of the top floor office, and he's thinking about stepping out on that roof and shooting a 203. I don't know exactly if that's a good idea or not. Medalist, again, waiting for a tunnel rush that's not there, and basically just holding down that south computer like it's his own computer that he doesn't want anybody to touch. Ruin is dead still on the south on the south hill, and Brain Damage is probably going to be the one to take a lot of fire here. Crone's finally taken out by Stan, who is just so patient. He just sat there and waited and waited and waited. And
they exchanged deaths there. Man, that's pretty good there. That's alright, Connie. What we have now is JCP is actually pushed inside the building. Oh, G takes out Banana as he pushes and comes around the corner. That leaves with the JCP with one-man Ruin. And let's see if he can come in there and take out the basement guy. He knows he goes basement every round. And he's coming in. Let's see if he gets the flash. Oh, he hears him. He's going to get it. We got two guys coming in. He's taking out the guy in first rotator. So now it's a 2v1 situation here. Ruin might actually push. Time is running low.
looks like he's going to do...
He might go for top. Oh, he's going to wait. He's going to try to pick him off when he comes up. What do you guys think about this? What do you think? Is it risky? Or
It looks like he's waiting to see if Medalist will come out of there. He could easily go take... Oh, he could easily go take top computer, but he decides to go after Medalist, and he loses the round. So JCP is right at the verge of winning this match 6-4 right now, but they had a little bit. I mean, 4 minutes really isn't a lot of time, but in that round it seemed like a lot of time. I mean, JCP moved up so quick, set up so quick that they had plenty of time to really make the move that they wanted to. I think Ruin could have taken that round. He just didn't think he had enough time.
That was a mental mistake right there. He had at least 20 seconds after he took out the top guy, and he might have been able to take the objective in time. But all right, here we go, Ropan.
I'd like to point out that Mugg has done a great job with JCP since JCP at this land has just been dominating lately, and they really do have the upside advantage because they've been playing with their roster quite a while, and they've got a really strong 4v4 roster that they're going to be playing with, and they have been playing with for a while. So they're at this land playing against teams with ringers and such. So I'd like to. Mug Mouse is doing a great job with the half and half they got going on. Doing really good. Just sticking it to JCP right now. It's pretty close.
Yeah, it definitely looks like Chris, he did a very good job. You know, once they found out that some of their guys weren't going to be able to make it, he did a great job in recruiting some very talented players from, I believe, Conviction, if I'm not mistaken. Both of those players are from Conviction. So, you know, recruiting is pretty much, you know, 85% of the game if you're definitely going to need some rears. Looks like Brain Damage is going to take some fire from Banana Gun. Just immediately falls down, and we'll get to Banana Gun and see if he is going to go ahead and advance into the. And the flash misses him, so he's going to go ahead and advance, and he's going to do something relatively tricky and go ahead and go out on that roof and ignore whoever it is that's following him on his flank. That really throws players off sometimes. But in the meantime, Ruin was blown up by Chris. Then D-Trap was shot by Chris, and then then Banana Gun turns around and takes out G, and he is taking the top PC right now. So here comes Crohn's. He's being cautious. He's moving up on Banana Gun, but Banana Gun knows he's there, so he's definitely going to give him a little bit of a, you know, a little spam fire. But in the meantime, Stan is actually going to go ahead and try to move in on Crohn's, and this is going to be a pretty good battle right here. These two players definitely have about the same skill level. So Banana Gun's actually. Banana Gun was taken out by Crohn's. I didn't even see that, but when Crohn's, you know, looked up at him, I guess he ended up shooting him.
You know what? They have such good movement right now. Half and half does, but I don't think that I didn't know that G was stand there. Oh, well, if you could hear that, Stan just got really upset. He thought he had that. He thought he had that pre-fire set to the window, but Chris Crohn's was able to get him. What do we have, Warpaint?
Great job by Crohn's. He really carried the team on that one. He he was able to. Take JCP out on that one. He was pretty much the only one who did anything that round.
Yeah, he has really good movement. If we watch him, you can see he likes to rotate. He knows where to rotate, when to do it, when to push, and when to pre-fire and whatnot. And as you saw right there, he was able to take out two pushers of JCP from different sides. So that was really well done by Crohn's.
He's a really patient guy. I mean, he like a lot of people when they get in the situation that he was just in would freak out, run up and try to take Banana Gun out immediately. You know, he went up there and he took care of business, and then, you know, that made it really easy for him. But as you notice, right whenever we changed his view, he was coming into radio room relatively slow. I mean, he wasn't just sprinting in with no gun. He was making sure that Stan wasn't outside, and so Stan wasn't outside, so he was able to move in on Banana Gun pretty confidently. Right now he's going to go ahead and give some fire off to Ruin, who is also returning fire from the North Hill.
I would just like to say that Metalis is going to the same place every round in defense. He loves that basement with the door. And what do we got?
I like how he's behind the door. He had that door cracked a certain way, and he was just hiding back in that corner. I don't know if he's going to stay there. No, he doesn't stay there, but it was actually a pretty creative spot. Now he's just sitting watching normally, but I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, usually when we have someone go south on our team, we usually have them walk around. They don't just stay down the basement, because that way they can cover more. Oh, right now we see Stan taking out Metalis in the basement, so it means they must have a south push going right now. What do we see, Stan? Oh, he actually went through the tunnels. Why? We have not seen anyone in the tunnels. Banana takes out G, and then Banana is taken out by Brain Damage, and then Crohn's taken out by Stan in the basement. So that leaves them with a 2v1. Oh, they have some good cover by D-Trap. Brain Damage is driving the best. He's not going to have time, is he?
No, he's not. It looks like JCP's going to take the match, and
JCP might be able to take this. They need one more round. We have it's the best of 14, so that they take one more, then they will win this and be the upper level champions. What do you guys have on this?
well, basically what looked like happened there is Stan came in through tunnels, which never was expected. I mean, Melis has been watching tunnels hardcore every round, and then finally he takes his eye off it, and that's the nature of this game. I mean, the second you look the other way, there's the guy who's waiting for you, you know? And so that's exactly what happened. And when he took him out, D-Trap quickly moved in. It looks like Stan was easily taken out by Brain Damage in the lower north side, and then Ruin quickly taken out by Medalist. So Half and Half is definitely fighting back. They are not going to go down easy. Banana Gun has his work cut out for him as he is yellow now. Crohn's is looking towards where Banana Gun is. And then Crohn's takes out Crohn's takes out D-Trap, and Brain Damage takes out Banana Gun. I guess Brain Damage actually stepped out of the lower office radio room and took a shot at Banana Gun and clipped him.
That was actually a pretty risky move by JCP. As you saw, they didn't have anyone up in the hills covering the windows. They all rushed down the tents trying to get in as fast as possible, which sometimes is a very bad idea if you have no one covering those windows, as we saw. All right, now we have them, I guess they're doing a more traditional push with guys going north, mid, and south, so they can get that easy pick. We have G. Looks like he's having fun. Banana Gun is actually prone on top of this hill, but it looks like he's standing to our perspective. Another one of America's Army's greatest things. Really good about this.
Banana Gun's actually prone right now, and I would like to point out that they did make a change. Banana Gun is a very good AR player, and Ruins had the AR up until this point, so it looks like they're definitely feeling the heat from half and half right now, because they are making some changes. They know this is not going to be a cakewalk, but we do see in the screen, it looks like Ruin is slow crawling up on the south side, and Stan has effectively moved himself, waiting for Crones to come out, and he does exactly what Stan wants him to do. Crones steps out to shoot that next 203, and then Stan takes him out. Now that's a really big problem for half and half, because Crones is, as you can see, their star player with 13 kills, most in the server right now. So with him gone, it's really going to be it's going to be a test for half and half. 4 guys still alive on JCP, and they are completely surrounding this building right now. We've got flashes going in. Metalist is doing something new. He's over here at the computer. It looks like Brain Damage was taken out by Banana Gun, so now we have a 4v2 in favor of JCP, and D-Trap moves in on G, and it looks like we have a 4v1 right now, and Metalist is taken out by D-Trap, who moves back towards the south corner office, and it looks like JCP took this match, and they will advance in the winner's bracket. Is there anybody else with no losses right now?
No, they are going to be standing up there until all of the losers brackets are done, which will probably be sometime tomorrow.
So as the players exchange good games, which is always good to see, and we really didn't have too much animated movements from JCP. Sometimes we have people throwing stuff. Right now they're just making fun of the infamous Sean and Raph on their own team, which is great, instead of making fun of, Mug and Mouse, or half and half. So I think what we're going to do is probably going to have an interview pretty soon with the team leaders from JCP. So what we have Stan moving over in our direction, and if you'll give us just a second, let's see what we're going to have. Probably have an interview from this winning roster JCP. Give us 1 second.
Yeah, as you can see, everyone got up after that match was over. They're all talking over there in the corner, saying good games, it looks like. We got D-Trap and some other JCP members, Ruin. They're all excited. It's going to be some good stuff here, guys. We're going to get them over here as soon as possible to talk about it. So now it looks like we're going to have Chris from Half and Half, and a little bit of Stan from JCP. If you guys want to come over here. We don't have video set up over here yet, but give us a few seconds.
So after a very exciting ICAM match, we basically are going to have an interview here with Chris from Mug and Mouse here at the LAN. It's half and half. He definitely was the MVP for his team. His game is not over yet. I'm sure that he has every intention on meeting up with JCP again in the finals, because we are running a double elimination tournament. So as we wait for Stan to come on over, we'll go on and have a word with Chris. Chris, what did you think about the performance from your team?
I think we did all right. Seeing as we're just a team half and half, 2 players from 2 teams. So we're trying to mesh together as best we can. Pull together some last minute stuff, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, from our point of view, we saw some really great play from both sides of the halves of your team. I mean, you and Metalist and G and Brain Damage, y'all worked really well together. I mean, maybe you can grab those guys from Conviction for your roster. I don't know, but anything can happen at the LAN. Yeah. But what did you think about the differences in between, like you guys' style of defense versus JCP's style of defense? Because from what we were seeing, it was like night and day. But they were both very effective because the score was so close. But what would you say the main differences were?
I think we were a bit more pushy, you know, like we would get picked a couple of times, like that one run where you saw me and Metal both got taken out by 1, 2, or 3. That was, you know, miscommunication. I didn't know he was like on the roof with me. Just stupid mistakes. That's really it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what America's Army boils down to. It's who makes the mistake first. So with that being said, I mean, you guys are definitely still in it. I mean, this is not the end of the road for y'all. You've come quite a long way, beat quite a few teams, including us. So I'm sure we'll be seeing you guys in another shoutcast or videocast soon, and we appreciate you coming over and talking to us. Next up, we're going to have Stan from JCP. Stan really can't ever get enough camera time, so we want to give him a little bit more. Actually, we've got the sexy beast D-Traf and the overweight banana gun, and and I guess we got the whole team here. Get right over here. We got Ruin right here too. So this is your first place team right now in the LAN. No real surprise to any of us here. I mean, they are hosting it, so therefore they've got to win it. And you know,
so it took a long time rigging this tournament. You know,
there's a lot of practice, I'm sure, in rigging that they've been doing over the last few months. But anyway, so back to the match. From our point of view here on the monitor, I mean, we saw a very, very aggressive defense, which was, in my opinion, much different. What do you think, Hunter? It was quite a bit different than you know, than mug and mouse or half and half, whatever you might call it.
What we saw was your usual aggressive push. You always like to go to the windows, try to get that first pick, take the guys to 2 or 3 and the AR off, because you know they like to spam. You had Ruin going around to the back of Sal trying to get those guys on the side of the hill. But then you saw that half and half when they did the passive thing, then you guys had the windows covered pretty well. Yeah. So they stayed in, wait for you guys to waste your nades, your smokes. How do you guys think that the differences proved to be in your favor?
Definitely defense is aggressive is our nature. That's kind of how we play. We've always been really aggressive, not too passive. But at the same time, every time we're aggressive, we always are ready to fall back at any time. I mean, you know, you saw us being aggressive, but hardly ever were we just straight out in the open. It was good times. They definitely did a really good job of pushing us to the limit. I really didn't expect them to take as many rounds on assault as they did. I mean, what did you guys think as far as on?
Next question.
What do you think of the difference in
Playing solid defense.
Yeah, they were aggressive.
You just need to mix it up a little bit, not do the same thing over and over again. Yeah, we all tried different spots almost every round. I don't think anybody went to the same spot. I went to West one round.
Well, one thing that I noticed about y'all's game on Assault, were you getting a little nervous? Because I noticed that Ruin was taking the saw most of the rounds, and then all of a sudden we see Banana Gun with the saw in one of the last rounds. So what instigated that switch?
He did want it, but at the same time, the reason for that is we just come off a victory against Overrated with the assault rifle when Banana had the M4, and the only difference in position was Eric, and we had James instead. Raph. So basically we just swapped that. But at the end, Kevin said, "Hey, give it to me," and I thought it was a great idea because it does give a different look from our assault approach. We're trying to draw him out a whole lot. Like I'm sure you saw me run up to the building, open the door. I was just trying to draw him out. And it worked a couple times, so sometimes it just got really hurt.
Well, we've had a blast trying to do what we call a cast. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't the most professional, as sometimes I lose my train of thought, but me and Hunter and Warpain were over here calling the action like we saw it. So, well, you guys are looking real good right now to take home whatever the grand prize is here at the LAN. You're the only team here that has 0 losses, so you will be in the finals at some point. I guess you have buys until that point. Is that?
Yeah, that's right.
Dinner time.
Yeah.
Looks like Ruin's ready to go have some dinner. So, but we're gonna go ahead and wrap this. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up and see if we can't get some more of these this lower tier matches out of the way, and I'm sure we'll be back to cast some more here shortly. How late are we going tonight?
At least
So we're going till at least 12.
An hour, 15 minutes.
Okay, well we're wrapping it up. So for everybody who tuned in, we appreciate it, and we will see you shortly. Stay tuned to e-rev.tv for more live coverage here at the Chicagoland and AA Chicagoland.
e-rev applied directly to the forehead. e-rev applied directly to the forehead. e-rev is not responsible for any monitor to head related injuries. View at your own risk.